Y'all heard of Angry Jacob? Meet Angry Bob.
Shut the fuck up. All right. I want to ask you. I'm starting my question back over, and bitch, act brand new when I ask you.
Okay.
Is my hat too big?
Girl, you're wearing an umbrella on your head. You look ridiculous.
But it's kind of a moment, though. Honestly, it's kind of a moment.
Well, I will say on infant, like if I saw you wearing this hat, like in like a thing, I would think that you were a smaller human being because that hat is so massive, so it works in that way.
But like y'all, like everyone watching, oh shit, oh God, I didn't grab a microphone. But listen, everyone watching right now, honestly, tell me this look isn't a serve.
For like a specific thing, not for your everyday life. First of all, and what, are you going to be walking everywhere like that?
Yeah, everywhere I go, bitch. You like my earrings?
Oh, are those the ones I gave you?
They're Versace.
But okay, so before this podcast started, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, I was saying Kennedy got me this hat because I like to wear hats when we're here, and in general, you know, I like a big wide brim hat. And then I was like, Kennedy, let's get a big one. And Kennedy found this massive hat. It is this big, y'all. I'm not tiny. This hat is fucking huge.
But it makes you look tiny, bitch. I did a thing with someone the other day, and this celebrity is like of a large stature, like taller than me, and so it made so we did a thing together.
Just say Eureka.
I look normal size. Like watching the footage back, I was like, oh my God, I look like normal size. I don't look like a giant drag queen bitch monster.
Well, if you would like to feel the opposite of that, film something with Shangela. Me and Eureka look like lesbian moms taking our small child around the world. It looks ridiculous. Okay, let's talk real quick. Just so y'all know, Monet and I have overcome a lot of trials and tribulations to bring you this episode today. I mean, first of all, I log on to so we use this app called Riverside, okay? Riverside is an app that downloads your videos straight to the... I don't even know how to explain it. What happens is it downloads your audio and your video to your computer, and then it uploads it to the cloud so that you can have high quality video. So if y'all notice, during quarantine, our videos have gotten a little better, except one. Well, we got one angry letter that Jacob should put on the screen that we could read.
Oh, bitch! Did you read it? And this week Vince, from the episode when your thing dropped out at 20 minutes, girl, he was mad. I was like, okay, mistake. He was like, I've been waiting for 2 months expecting that this would get better. And I was like, oh my God.
Jacob, can you screen share it? We will highlight this person.
I'm looking. I think he deleted it though.
Oh, you think well, I think he deleted it because they were dragging him on the Patreon. They were like,
oh, were they really?
Yeah, they were in there being like, Miss Thing, not this. This is not the look, honey. This
is not the look. I love our patrons. Yeah, he was. I read it the other day. I was like, he was like, I've been here for 2 months, and I you know what? I waited to post this because I thought that y'all niggas would improve, but it hasn't. I was like, oh my God.
I said, it's the Karen energy for me. I always like to say that there are lots of people over on our Patreon talking about how we are turning it and popping and slopping. I'm forever popping shit, pulling up and dropping shit. Got to argue with him because this nigga was a toxic bitch. It was. Oh wait, can you do it? Hold on. Can I do it? You ready?
That's all I know. That's all I know.
Big bad bussin', not the Bentley band. Tega. Ooh. A baka ba. If it's then it's a bookie boo. Ba. If it's up, then it's lean. Then it's if it's ra. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up.
Bob, you're just jumping up and down. You're just jumping up and down. All I just see is.
Well, bitch, I tried harder than you, honey. It was up. That's why I was up.
When did you decide that you were just a full-on witch? You were like, I am just gonna live my life as a witch.
It was Agatha all along. Dun, 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 dun.
Agatha all along.
Agatha. Have you heard the Agatha all along up mashup?
Yes, girl. I've been listening. You first of all, I heard them, and you also will send them to me 14 times a day. Like Monet, you need to listen to this.
Okay, well, it's because y'all know Bob the drag queen stayed late to a train. Okay, I showed up. I waited till WandaVision was all done, and then I was like, I'll watch it now because I like to purge or binge, binge.
Did you
binge.
enjoy it?
Yeah, I have one episode left. I have not finished the last episode.
Okay, all right.
But girl, let me tell you right now, the only thing I want to hear in my life at this current juncture is some rendition of Agatha All Along. If it's not some version, some remix of Agatha All Along, I'm not interested. I genuinely don't want to hear it.
But Bob,
Are we allowed to play songs on our podcast? Is that legal?
No, we're gonna get demonetized.
Girl, this is fire.
Take these sponges, soak it up. I'm gonna laugh at the haters, joke it up. Take a brush to my eye and smoke it up. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Is you woken up? Me and my crew rewriting hits. Bad bitches only, no room for bricks. Make a couple G's, we do it just for kicks. Still can't come through, time to call it.
I was trying to do the get into the money dance. Can you see my pussy jacket?
No, we can't see it. I mean, I can't see it.
Can you really
but
see it,
no,
Jacob?
before this.
Wait, can you see it?
Can you get Ezra to come in and show Monet the video of you getting your shot today?
Is Bob a child?
I can have him sit in. No. Hey, baby. Oh, he's on the phone. They want you to show Monet the video of me. Can you DM Monet on Instagram the video of me getting my vaccine? Yeah. Thank you, baby. So, I wore this dress to get my vaccine today. This is no secret that Bob wears dresses in her day-to-day life. But I wore this dress, but I shop in the women's section sometimes, so the sleeves are really tight. This is probably supposed to be full length. It's a 3/4, okay? I can't get my sleeve up, Monet. Bitch, I sat down to get my shot. So I was looked at her and I was like, and she's like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, girl, I had to fucking pull my sleeve in, hike my dress up. I was in the corner, like my whole body exposed.
Well,
I was like,
Bob,
girl.
you're going to get a shot. You know you're supposed to wear. When I go get a shot, I wear something sleeveless or like a sweater, a hoodie, so I can be like.
Oh, well, you know, when I don't have as many vaccines as you, okay? I don't get shots every 3 weeks, okay? So excuse me for not being as prepared as Mo.
You making it sound like I'm a fucking rabid dog. Damn.
Do you remember when Dolly Parton got the vaccine? She wore that little keyhole in her sleeve.
No, I didn't see that.
You know those dresses where just your shoulders exposed? Dolly Parton wore that. Dolly Parton said, "I'm not rolling shit up. I'm not pulling shit down. Cut a sleeve, cut a hole in this motherfucker right now."
Well, so before, oh, there we go. Keyhole dress.
Look at Dolly Parton's. Yeah, we were like, where do people wear these dresses to? What's the point of these dresses? And now we know the answer. When you go get your vaccine, Dolly Parton was like, and here's the perfect use.
Before the podcast, Bob came up with this brilliantly amazing illegal idea that we will not be able to, that we will be taken care of. But it is such a great fucking idea, and y'all are gonna gag when it comes out.
It might be the best episode of Sibling Rivalry. Oh, by the way, we do want to announce this. Someone called us out on Reddit, and thank you so much because I did forget. Monet and I swore that at 10,000, they said Monet and Bob said they would drop a big announcement at 10,000 patrons, and we sitting here at 14,000 like, what's good?
Oh yeah.
So we can announce it now. By the way, this is not an official announcement saying that this is like 100, but it is in the works. So can I announce it, Monet?
Well, there are like two things. Which one are you gonna do? I don't know if you're gonna do the right one.
Well, I mean, we have the power. What's happening is Monet and I said that once we reach 10,000 patrons, we'll be at a point where we want to try to work on something. So Monet and I have officially begun the works to do the Sibling Rivalry movie. You can just walk
Yeah.
So Monet and I will be doing the official. We are officially trying to get. We're talking to writers, and we are officially working on the Sibling Rivalry movie. We do not know when it's coming. We don't know if it's coming tomorrow, next week, or next year. But we do know that motherfucker is coming.
Yes, and we're very excited. And I mean, bitch, I mean, we can also edit this out later if we don't want to say all that. But bitch, we're going in on this motherfucking film. It's gonna be very in the Eddie Murphy genre of things where Bob and I are playing multiple characters. It's going to be lit. It's gonna be the best movie of 20 whenever.
Oh wow, that is quite wow. That is quite. That's like when I say I will perform at the Grammys. That I don't know.
Can I just say you are such a fucking bitch? Stop coming to my social media. You bitch, you're not invited. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna block your ass on Twitter again. I did it last year and I'll do it again.
That shit was so. The way you said it, it wasn't like. I think if you would have tweeted one day, I'm gonna perform at the Grammys, you were like, I will perform at the Grammys. And I was like,
you're saying all that. I did not do that. No, I said I will perform at the Grammys.
I will perform.
I will perform the fucking Grammys.
You pointed two fingers. You said I will perform at the Grammys.
Did you watch the Grammys? I saw that you did. You did a little stereo live with your little sneaky boyfriend about the Grammys, and you didn't include me.
By the way, Ezra found something that said Monet's Bob's little crunchy boyfriend. but Ezra didn't know what it meant when you were like your little crunchy boyfriend, and he was like, and Ezra was like, why is Monet calling me your little crunchy boyfriend? I was like, well, actually, she's talking about Jacob, and also it's a term of endearment.
No, I didn't say that. You were saying that. I didn't say that it's a term of endearment.
Tell Jacob it's a term of endearment right now. Say it right now. We have Jacob on the line. Caller, do you have any accusations about Monet? Anyway, but I also, okay, me and Jacob were watching. Did you know about this thing? Because people were making fun of, I will say they were not great. The move wasn't great. So Megan Thee Stallion's dancers did these things. They were on the stairs and they jumped over each other and landed in like a jazz split or a James Brown split, or depending what you call it.
Girl, and Megan Thee Stallion was 2 beats late, and then her pussy even touched the floor on her split. I said, not Megan with this crunchy ass choreo.
No, what I was saying was that was actually a reference to the Nicholas brothers who used to do these amazing tap routines, and their big finale was they would go up these big stairs, like MGM style staircase. They go all the way to the top, and they just jump over each other one by one, doing these crazy like splits. But these girls were like, they were like walking down slowly and doing the splits, and then like walking past each other and doing the splits. But I showed Jacob the source material, shall we say, and honestly, I haven't watched it in a long time. It is so gaggy. Like, it is so gaggy.
I will say, and again, I love Megan Thee Stallion. She has turned it this past year, turned it and burned it. But I will say, watching her choreo, like her choreo started strong, it just got a little crunchy. Like you can tell all of them were supposed to hold their leg at the same time, then drop into the split. And Megan came in 2 beats later, then she came down the split, and she was like, "Oh, this is too low." And then she was like, kind of like, "Oh, she did." I'm on the exchange split. I'll split, but bitch, my pussy ain't touching the floor. Okay, my pussy will be a full 5 feet off the floor.
Girl, so all I'm saying is, if y'all want to go check out the Nicholas brothers. They did they I don't know if they originated it, but I know they're some of the first two. They do these crazy moves. The only thing I was gagged at was Megan's incredibly modest heel. That heel, I know, was as modest as they come, girl. That heel was like.
But to be fair, though, Cardi B is
in the body video, she is in monster.
Oh, is she?
Like,
okay. Yeah, but
she switches over. She has two. In one scene, she's wearing sneakers, and the other one, she's wearing the monsters.
I'm about to say, because Cardi's always like posting her looks, and Megan doesn't really like post like looks like Cardi does. Like Cardi is always posting a fierce look and a fierce heel, blah blah blah. Megan is more like selfies and she's like posting her twerking and stuff like that. Lizzo had a tiny little scooty too. Do you know who stoned Lizzo's shoes? Disco Daddy did it. Shout out to Disco Daddy.
Who Disco Daddy?
Vincent, Violet's assistant boyfriend guy.
Oh, Vincent. His name is Disco Daddy?
Yeah, girl, look at his Instagram. He has an Instagram, Disco Daddy. He stones stuff all the time for like a lot of people. He's great. I love Vincent. He's so
Does he still dance? With his big old booty? Does he still dance?
Yes, and then them thick ass legs and that cute face. Ooh, I want to lick it.
I'm forever popping shit, pulling up and dropping shit. Gotta argue with him because a nigga loves a toxic big Agatha all along. I cannot get this out of my head. obsessed. Like when when that bitch, I'm so late. Everyone's like, bitch, we've been done. When
Girl.
she goes, and I killed Sparky too. I was like, this is just. I was kind of upset though because spoiler alert. In the next episode, she wasn't even that mean. I was like, bitch, not you doing all this being like it was Agatha all along and I killed Sparky and she was like, just remember.
Well,
I was
that's
like,
because,
bitch.
Well, that's because in the comics, Agatha teaches. She is Scarlet
Well,
Witch's,
Monet,
like,
don't say anything wrong about Marvel because you know these. if you utter. I one time accidentally said Magneto wasn't an X-Man and I'm canceled in the Marvel sphere. So choose your next words very wisely, Monet.
As far as I know, Agatha isn't always. She's not like Scarlet's sworn enemy. I feel like she. If I may be mistaken, y'all, but I'm pretty sure like Agatha is like her teaches her like how to do magic and stuff. So I think they're playing with that in the Marvel multiverse, in the Marvel cinematic universe.
But yeah, it was really good. We'll talk a little bit more after the break.
Okay. I know that this may sound like a ridiculous problem, but it is a problem I have nonetheless. And that is finding the perfect nude shoe. Did you know they got white girl nude? They have Latina nude. They got, a black girl nude. And sometimes a black girl may wear a Latina nude because it just worked through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have those problems with Vizzy because they have something extra that makes your choice easier. Vizzy stands out by having something all the other hard seltzers don't miss thing. Antioxidant vitamin C's. Delicious! Extracted from the acerola cherry, a superfruit with 30 times more vitamin C per cup than an orange. I don't know mathematics, but that's a lot. There are plenty of hard seltzers to choose from, but with 4 bold and refreshing natural flavors and antioxidant vitamin C, Vizzy makes that choice a little easier, and it's a lot tastier. You can have pineapple mango, black cherry lime, strawberry kiwi, blueberry pomegranate. I personally love the pineapple mango flavor. Y'all know because I'm an island bitch. It's great by itself, but it's also amazing in cocktails. Vizzy is refreshing. It tastes great, and it never hurts to add some vitamins and antioxidants into the mix. And at 5% ABV, 100 calories, and less than 1 gram of real cane sugar per can, every sip of Vizzy is more exhilarating and delicious and tastier than the last. Upgrade your hard seltzer with Vizzy. To find out where you can purchase Vizzy, go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com. Must be 21 and over to purchase.
Do you think that the cast of
All-Stars 4?
Of WandaVision, which by the way, I think I was 6 episodes in and I said Wanda and Vision.
Duh, Bob. What is wrong with you? I think since you've been living in LA, I think that sun been hitting your bald ass head too much. You're getting a little. Before Bob used to be quick and with it. Now Bob is like Wanda. Oh.
Oh my God, Nick calls me every time. Nick, you're on Sibling Rivalry. Nick only calls me when I'm in a meeting or doing a thing. Do you want to say anything to Monet, Nick?
No, you're in the middle of something. I'll just get off the phone.
Oh my God, Nick, don't you try to pull a guilt trip from me. I'll call you after this. All right, bye.
Bye.
We went out for Nick's birthday yesterday, and Nick.
I know. I'm so
all
sorry
the places. We're also friends with Matteo Lane. You guys all know this, and Matteo is very Italian. Matteo is very proud of his Italian heritage, and Matteo will not let us forget it in any conversations. 49 times that he's Italian. That being said, Nick wanted to go to Olive Garden for his birthday, and Matteo was like, no, I will not go to Olive Garden. He was like, I will not disgrace my Italian heritage by eating at Olive Garden. Needless to say, it was Nick's choice, so we went to Olive Garden, and Matteo literally complained from the time we met outside until we got into our Ubers to go home.
And Matteo said he was very upset with you, Monet, because apparently Monet did not order any food. Apparently, Monet sat there, had like 2 drinks, and that was Monet's contribution. And Mateo's sitting here eating lasagna, and Monet's like, I'll just have an extra ice in my water. I'm feeling bad today.
Anyone who likes Olive Garden knows where Olive Garden shines is with their unlimited soup and salad, bitch. I had me the zuppa toscana, and I had the chicken and gnocchi soup, and I also had then I ordered the lasagna fritters for the table. I had 1 fritter, and then I got
fritter, please.
So yeah, it was fun. But I will say the menu at Olive Garden is not very diverse. But you know what is diverse?
Well, I was trying to ask you if the cast of WandaVision was diverse, but we somehow got completely Nick called. But I do. That is our. We both did actually we both had great segues, but Nick interrupted mine and I interrupted Monet's. So. I'm in a very good mood. I miss you very much. I want to say that, by the way. I miss you very much. Let's just start with me saying that. I'm going to be very nice. Say that I miss you very, very much.
I miss you very much too, Bob. It's been a long. The last time I saw you was September. The last time I saw you was September, bitch.
Oh my god! But also because we talk to each other 4, 5, 6 times a week, it feels like a little bit less time. But once I see you again, it's gonna be popping shit, pulling up and dropping shit. You know what I mean? Oh
my god, you're obsessed. I can't. You literally can't stop.
And I'm gonna argue with it. I'm gonna argue with you because this nigga is a toxic bitch.
Oh my god. Anyway, you guessed it. Today we're talking about diversity. What are your experiences with diversity in life, Roberta?
Well, I think a lot of times when you are a black person or a person of color or a marginalized person in any regards, you're often referred to as some sort of a diversity hire. People like to invalidate your success by saying it's because you're black or saying because they're trying to reach some sort of a diversity quota. A lot of people were saying that about you and me when we won a drag race. Folks were like, oh, they just didn't want Trinity to win because all the other girls were white. They chose... without acknowledging that you just did a good job on the show, but people like to invalidate your achievements because of your blackness and say that you're some sort of a diversity hire, basically.
Well, I know, and so before drag, I had a real job. Well, drag is a real job. I don't mean it like that, but I worked at I had like a regular schmegular 9 to 5 job, or in my case 11 to 7, and I worked at the Yale Club of New York City. What was interesting about the Yale Club is that the entire, which I guess is probably common at a lot of places, the entire like working staff, like the front desk manager, housekeeping staff, bellman, restaurant worker, in every department, it was very diverse, and more people of color than white folk, but all of the upper people, like human resources, the general manager, all those people were all white. So, diversity in my place of employment, the people I worked with were diverse, but the motherfucking, the bigwigs, the CEOs and shit, bitch, that's full of white folk.
For some reason, in this moment right now, I cannot think of the original words for diversity hire. Like, the word is escaping me. No, it was like...
Affirmative action?
Affirmative action, thank you.
Affirmative action, yeah, in college. Too.
So if you all don't know what affirmative, I just kind of heard it through like popular culture. Affirmative action refers to a set of policies and practices within a government or organization seeking to increase the representation of particular groups based on their gender, race, sexuality, creed, or nationality in areas in which they are underrepresented, such as education and employment. So affirmative action was pretty big in the 90s. And I believe it was led by like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, making sure that the issue was like the government was almost exclusively white. Meanwhile, the constituents are not almost exclusively white, and especially in areas where, like, if it's in Chicago, then obviously we need a black mayor. If it's or at least a lot of black people represented in government. And in education, especially in terms of like people, educating from your neighborhood. You want black people being educators in black neighborhoods because it can help people and they will be teaching from a different experience. But I mean, that is like kind of like where in my opinion, and we need to definitely say this because people have been wild about us. Monet and I are not social scientists. Monet and I are not journalists. Monet and I are not. We are just two friends talking about. I may not be a social scientist. All right. I may not be a social justice major or even a journalist, but I am a fierce queen. But we are just two friends having these discussions on our podcast, and you all are listening. But also, you are all your opinions are completely valid. They're not facts, neither are ours, but your opinions are completely valid.
And what we also want to say is that on this podcast, just because we're all allowed to have different opinions. That's why they're called opinions. Your opinions can be yours, okay? Just because we may not share the same opinions on you about affirmative action or diversity, that doesn't invalidate ours. It does not invalidate yours. Like we're all we all have personal experiences which are informing our opinions.
Opinions are like assholes. Mine is really tight.
And they're bleached. How do you think that Drag Race spaces I think we both agree with this. Drag Race itself is a super diverse reality competition show. As someone who is now watching Survivor, and I'm gonna say it again, I know you get. I'm gonna say it about Survivor. Survivor is a reality competition show that is not very diverse. In every cast, in every season that I have watched, and there are 40 of them. I watch almost all of them at this point. There's maybe one or maybe two black people and one Asian person or two Latino people. Like, and they would never be in one season.
I think Drag Race is racially diverse, but I don't think Drag Race is diverse outside of the gender expression. Yeah. Typically speaking, we've seen about 2 gender expressions on Drag Race. 3. We've seen trans women, a few of trans women. We've seen cis men, and we've seen non-binary people, and then now we're also seeing a trans man as well. And there's also a lot of discussion about the trans contestants on RuPaul's Drag Race. There's also been a lot of information spread about some of the trans contestants that is not true. And it's not for me to say those people's business, and some of them have spoken out publicly. There have been rumors that Drag Race forced some trans women to go off of hormones, which I know that the 2 of the girls I've spoken to were like, that's not true. Or that Drag Race forced them to dress like men on the show. And I know that one of the girls who has that accusation against her was like, that's not true. They never forced me to dress like anything. I also did not think I was dressing like a man. I was just dressing to be comfortable. That was something that people were putting on me. I never thought I looked like a man. I never thought I was a man. I did not think I was presenting as a man. But I do think that Drag Race hires significantly less open trans people than non-binary and cis people. And I mean trans-binary, meaning specifically trans women. And there's no cis women, to our knowledge, who have ever competed on Drag Race outside of celebrity.
Going back to the racial thing, I spoken to a couple of Seasons girls, and they've talked about how, like, on the vans, because when we leave set, vans take you back to the hotel, and there's typically 2 vans, because yes, there are 15 passengers of vans, but ain't nobody trying to sit literally next to each other, one on top of each other. That's annoying, and so they provide 2 vans, and obviously as the
y'all got 2 vans. Must be nice.
Bitch, you got 2 vans. You're such a liar.
Wish I was on VH1. Ask Kim and Naomi, bitch. We had 1 van.
Did y'all really?
You gagging?
I am.
Y'all never had the struggle of being on logo.
But people talked about how, like, the vans would be and again, no one is making them do this, but I think, like, the vans would be separate. Like, the white queens would, because each season of Drag Race more or less is about 50-50. 50% white folk and 50% people of color. And I've heard from, these are eyewitness accounts from girls saying that they just choose to ride the van with the people that look like them. Like, all the white queens will ride in one van. And again, not exclusively every single time, but most of the time, all the white queens would gel and really ride in one van together, and the queens of color would ride in a separate van together.
I mean, we were all in one van, so we didn't have that experience. And a lot of us were. I mean, who did I bond with? Obviously, Kim and Naomi, Thorgy, Betty. So maybe my cast was just living in a post-racial world.
Yeah, because you guys don't see color. But my experience wasn't like that. But I do think, but in life, in situations like in college, like all of my friends, all the black kids, like we just hung out together. And I went to Westminster. Westminster is a very white school. I could maybe count 10 black on a campus of about 400 people. I could maybe count 15, 20 black people, and the majority of my friends.
Your college had 400 people in it?
For about 450, yeah.
Bitch, that is a building in Harlem.
I know.
There have been more people in industry at any given time, which is a gay bar in New York City, than there were at your college. That is wild to me.
So, and I don't think the girls are segregating themselves, but you just tend to hang out with people that get your little inside jokes. Like Bob and I, we are best friends. This thing, you just hang out with people that share your experiences and that will get you inside jokes and culturally understand what you're going through. Like at Jekyll and Hyde, did you hang out with all the white people at work? Were there any black people at your work?
Yeah, there are black people. Leota, D-Train, Lamar. Oh my God, I cannot really remember all these people's names. Girl, I worked at Jekyll and Hyde like, I forget people's names real fast, girl. You know what I'm saying, Monica? We definitely hung out, the black people. I will say this, in my life, I tend to gravitate toward queer people and gravitate toward black people because we have a shared experience. I do not have a lot of, or any straight guy friends. Maybe like the showrunner for We're Here, but we don't hang out. Like I like Peter LaGreco, who's the showrunner for We're Here, but we're not buddies. You know what I mean? I don't call him when I'm bored and lonely.
I have like about four straight guy friends that where do you even know them from? From high school, from other meetings that I've had with like friends, like a big circle of friends, and you are sometimes they have straight people a part of them too. I have straight friends. You don't have straight male. You don't have any straight male friends. Literally not one. That you text occasionally, be like, "Hey, girl."
No, the only straight people I know are trans.
Got it.
And my family members. I'm trying to think really hard. Well,
Jose, that guy, your friend, Jaime, straight.
Oh, Jaime. Yeah, okay. I will say this. Jaime, my old friend from college, who I text once a month, is straight, and we do not text very. He's an old friend from college, and sometimes I would text back and forth with Danny Benstock, but it's really rare. Like Danny Benstock, who was in Angels in America, the one straight guy in Angels. Sometimes I know some straight ladies. I know like some straight women. Oh, yeah. Some straight cis women. I know a lot of straight women.
I know a lot of straight cis women, yeah.
But like I don't really have any straight cisgendered men in my life who aren't related to me. And even those guys I don't call and text very often. Even the ones related to me. My father has not heard from me in a minute, and I'm going to keep it that way.
In terms of our fans, like our collective fans, and I want to say us separately too, I think that our fans are pretty diverse. When you say, I think that more than many queens, well, I guess more than many white queens, like I think not a lot of black queens, we probably have similar fans with them. But like a lot of our fans are black women, I want to say. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, a lot of black women do follow us. I do not dare say that our fan base is majority black women.
Oh no, I
don't think so either. I do think there are more black women in our fan base than probably in Gigi Goods. You know what I mean? Or probably in Aquarius. But probably not more than Trixie. There are some black girls who love Trixie. That be gagging me.
Why?
But also,
why does that gag you?
Also, I will say this: whenever me and Kim have do a show together, which is very rare these days, we have our meet and greet lines. If there's like a black girl in Kim's line, I'd be like, "This bitch really going over there and say hey to Kim." And sometimes if Kim sees an Asian person in my line, she'd be like, "That Asian bitch is really about to go say hey to Bob. This is some bullshit." This Asian bitches really about to go hug Bob. That is some bull.
Well, I will say, I mean, obviously I was in Asian countries, but the Asian fans were in Japan and Korea and stuff. Korea had lots of like really big Asian fans too. Like they, but Aquaria also does like a lot of like she knew like lots of Japanese references. She like wore like Japanese referential characters for the meet and greets and stuff. So I think Aquaria is, I guess, well versed in lots of Asian cultures.
Yeah, that scans. Here's a question I have for you. How do you think, I feel like over at our Patreon, although I'm sure there are mostly white guys over there, we do have a lot of people of color in our Patreon, which I absolutely love. Also, if you're one of the people of color in our Patreon, sound off right now in the Patreon chat. Like, what's good? Let's make our voices heard. Do you think we've done something to create a diverse space besides just being black and talking about our own culture? Like, how do you create diverse spaces?
Yeah, I don't think that you and I have done something specific. I mean, I guess if you want to call specific the way that you and I choose to speak and vocalize things and speak out about injustices and stuff, I think that white people that follow us, not all, but probably the majority, are committed to fighting for black causes and fighting for equality and racial injustices as well. So I think that when white people hear that stuff, they're like, these are people that have similar views to mine. That is my whole qualm with Drag Race. I feel like a lot of the fans, like not all, but the majority of the fans, sorry,
drag them.
The reason why they don't identify with people of color often and like trans folk is that they don't have those people in their lives. I feel like a lot of the white people
they don't see themselves in them.
Yeah, they probably the white people that follow us, they probably have lots of black friends and queer friends if they're straight, whatever. So I think that our fans that follow us see a little bit of us in their friends or their family, maybe.
Well, here's a question: what do you think about people who accuse you and me of not hanging out with black people? Because there are people. One time I saw coming, I was like, Bob and Monet are the only black people they know, and I was like, well, that's just not true. But
really? I don't see people say that about. Really?
I don't see it. I don't see it a lot, to be honest. But I have seen it before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that I think that especially when I think that those people of color black people, I have seen like once or twice as well, but with like a black person, I think that there's someone.
Yeah, I don't see any white people saying it. White folks aren't. I've never had any white folks say it to me.
Yeah, I think that they're watching us on VH1 on this in their opinion a white TV network with on this in their opinion white drag show, and then and I honestly don't know where that comes from, because I mean beside you and I mean I don't know I don't know, I just, that's just so weird to me. I don't
Can
post.
you name 3 black people who aren't Bob the Drag Queen right now?
But yeah, I don't know where that comes from. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe it's because they see us with like Jacob, or they'll see us with Mitch, or they'll see us with Mateo, but maybe they're not seeing us with all of our black friends.
That's all your friends.
People of color.
That's all your friends.
All right, I'll let Mateo know you're not his friend. I'll make sure Mateo knows that very well. I'm sure Jacob knows now. Jacob knows, even though you went to Nick's birthday, you weren't his friend. Even though you confirmed earlier in the podcast.
I was a prisoner. I sat there the whole time like this.
But maybe they don't see you hanging out with people of color, or they're not seeking out that content. So for whatever reason, they think that we don't have black friends, which is really interesting to me. I think that for me, because I have a white boyfriend, there is a stigma that comes along with that. And a lot of people are like, well, Bob doesn't have a black boyfriend, so he only knows white people, which doesn't really add up completely, to be honest, but maybe that's where they're coming from.
Yeah, I do. I do see what come for that. So there was a comment recently. Someone posted, they were like, "This lip sync was so white, even Bob would date it." Something like that. I was like, "Well, Jacob is white, but Ezra is white and Mexican, right? Or Mexican?"
Yeah, Ezra's Mexican. Yeah, I mean, Ezra's Mexican. Jacob is white. But maybe there are some people who think that Ezra is white presenting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, he looks Mexican, but that's also just.
What do I look like to you?
To me, you look black. You look like a nigga.
Do I look St. Lucian? Do I look West Indian to you? Because I feel like this is, as a black person, I feel like you can look at different black people and you can tell, not all the time 100% be accurate, but you can tell where
this is problematic.
No, it's not problematic. You can tell like where they from.
This is problematic.
Like you walk in Brooklyn, you be like that. You walk throughout Brooklyn, you be like that nigga family is from the West Indies. Like they like West Indians have a look to them.
Well, West Indians are Africans.
I know,
West
but they
Indians
look specifically like they're from Barbados or St. Lucia or Jamaica. I feel like those black folk have a look. Like,
I mean, I think that's probably true. I will say this. I know that in I don't know much about the Bahamas, the Caribbeans, and the West Indies, but I do know that for example, like people who are from Kenya versus people from like Ethiopians tend to be a little more light skinned. They have bigger eyes. They have more fine hair. Then you have people who are Kenyan who tend to be taller and skinnier and darker skinned and have very, very kinky hair. And then you have Egyptians who, there are black Egyptians. Some Egyptians are brown and some Egyptians are black, who tend to also be a little more light-skinned. So yeah, I think there's definitely a black people specifically from Africa tend to look, and I think that most West Indians, Bahamians, what is that? And Americans who are of African descent tend to have some variation of West African in their blood.
what I was saying, and also in style of dress, like you take a nigga from Georgia, a nigga from New York, a nigga from California, a nigga from St. Louis. Like these people, all these black people look and dress very different.
Super nigga, and roll them up and make super nigga.
By our
Capable of
powers
making
combined,
every white person in the world feel bad about themselves.
by your powers combined, I am super nigger.
Not nigger, not the E-N. Not when they put the ER on the end. Damn. The massa really jumped out, Monet. The massa really jumped out of you there.
Like, I love, like,
This is the most problematic episode we've ever recorded.
I just love the way niggas from New York dress. Like, when I see, like, a hood dude from New York, I'm just like, that is so hot to me. It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah.
Like, they wear, like, their fresh Timbs, the bubble coat, a little fitted. Like, so that shit is
what in the
literally
what in the 2002 are you describing?
Bob, do you not live in New York? Oh my God, New Yorkers, please sound off below. That's how, nigga. Yeah, you can still dress like that, but still make it 2021. Yeah, your jeans ain't that baggy anymore. They're a little more fitted, but they're still off your ass a little bit. You still wearing fresh Timbs.
Monet's like,
You're
there's
wearing
something
a Montclair
about seeing
bubble.
a nigga. Monet's like, there's something about seeing a nigga in like some FUBU pants and some Echo.
God.
It's something about seeing a nigga in like an Echo, like a Mark Echo shirt with a bubble coat. Something about seeing a nigga.
You clearly don't know.
There's something about seeing a nigga with some Allen Iversons on.
You clearly don't know New York fashion because niggas still dress like that today. And
wearing a pair of Allen Iversons, wearing some Air Force Ones.
This nigga, this motherfucker left New York City in less than 7 months ago, and he acting like he never walked down 125th or walked around in your fucking neighborhood uptown and see dudes, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, black dudes dressed like that.
They did not dress like that in my neighborhood.
They do.
Money, speak for your neighborhood, bitch. Speak for your neighborhood. But on 162, they didn't dress like that. Okay?
How did they dress then?
They didn't dress like that.
How did they dress? Describe how they dress up there then. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I think, oh my, wow, you are really being very aggressive, Monet. You're very,
because I'm black, I'm aggressive. So because I'm black, I'm aggressive. Got it. Okay.
Well, also in my neighborhood, I will say this: in my neighborhood, a lot of people were hanging out by their house, so they weren't getting dressed up. So you would see niggas in like some sweatpants, lots of sweatpants. I would see lots of Jordans. I would see the occasional Timbs. I did not see a lot of guys Maybe it's a Brooklyn thing. Maybe it's not a Heights thing. I would see the occasional pair of Timbs. I would see shirts with like a logo in the middle. That seems very popular in my neighborhood. Like
and
a
no
t-shirt.
bubble coats.
Not a lot of. I mean, maybe I had a bubble coat, but it's not like I was dressing up from New York. I own a bubble coat now. I currently own a bubble coat. I don't know that it was my New York
style
City
of dress.
Listen, all I'm saying is, if I was describing the way we dressed in Atlanta in 2004, being like something about like a nigga wearing a tall tee, like.
Well, that's different. That's just, first of all, but also Southern niggas, y'all are corny as hell. Y'all don't know how to dress. We know how to dress in the North, baby.
Wow, y'all hear that? Everyone in the South, the Monet just came for your throat and said you don't know how to dress. Wow.
And sound on below if can y'all please sound on below who got more fashion sense? Do niggas from New York and like up here or niggas from Georgia? Please sound on below. I cannot wait to hear what people have to say. Please sound on below.
Okay, first of all, I'm not here to try to compete with who's fashion. You're having an argument by yourself. No one said people from New York can't dress. You are fighting alone. No one is even fighting you on this. Also, Georgia has a lot of different, in the South in general, has lots of different fashion styles. You have people who are a lot more eclectic. For example, Andre 3000 really inspired a whole movement of people in the South, cisgendered, straight black guys, to dress very interestingly, to say the least. And then also, are dreads really still huge in New York? Dreads were massive in New York City for a while, in Georgia for a while.
Yeah, is that why you did it? You were trying to follow a little trend. Is that why you had your little dreads in, honey?
Well, I was, and it was very trendy. I mean, I when I had my dreads, I remember I got dreads because my father had dreads, and I wanted dreads, so I always thought the dreads were kind of cool. But when I got dreads, I was at the
all right. Don't try to vilify me by you know when you and I throw our parents in the conversation. So you don't want means that we try to
have a connection to my father. You don't have a connection to my father because my father left us. My father did not leave us. Just to be clear, we left him. That nigga didn't leave us. We left him.
Well, when my mom left me, I win, okay?
No, but I did get dreads because my dad had dreads, and once I got them, I was like, I just love dreads. Like, they're so great. And it was really popular. Yeah. I think Lil Wayne was growing his dreads at the time, which by his dreads have taken a hard left.
Girl, Lil Wayne looks like he is decaying from the inside out. He looks crazy.
I think there's a certain time where you have a certain amount of money and prestige that you just don't care how you look anymore, or how you come off anymore. I mean, Lil Wayne,
is that the word you're gonna lose? Prestige?
In the hip hop community, Lil Wayne has a lot of prestige. He does. That's undeniable. In the hip hop community, Lil Wayne has a massive amount of prestige, which is why at one point Nicki called herself the female Wheezy. I do think that Lil Wayne is incredibly problematic, and because of the amount of prestige he has amassed over the years, he feels like he can support Trump. He can say he doesn't know what Black Lives Matter is. He can he has a lot. He's also done a lot of transgressions against the black community, in my humble opinion.
Saying but I think that Black Lives Matter doesn't exist and how Black Lives Matter is a thing. He's like, man, look at me. Look at all my money. Of course, my Black Lives Matter, me. Ew. Yeah,
I want to be clear. I'm not supporting Lil Wayne. All I'm saying is that Lil Wayne is respected in the hip hop community, and he is. He's very respected in the hip hop community.
So what you're saying is that
once everyone heard Lil Wayne say, "I don't know what no Black Lives Matter is," how every black person was like,
girl. I guess the point we're trying to make also, I guess not just black folk, but in terms of our like fashions and like our cultural heritages, black people are pretty diverse on our own. Would you say that white folk have a pretty diverse culture? Well, okay, sorry.
Well, okay.
White Americans. I would say Black Americans have a very eclectic and rich culture, whereas I feel like that's where white people get so angry because they're like, well, why can't we have this? Because they feel like they don't have anything, culturally speaking.
There's hot dogs. I'll talk about white people after this break.
Imagine if your cat started ripping like that. If you're a cat like me, I have news that is gonna rock your world, honey. Pretty litter is here to stay. Pretty litter is unlike any cat litter I've ever seen. Its ultra-absorbent crystals trap odor instantly and last up to a month. It's so much better than conventional litter. My apartment smells fresh, and honey, I scoop way much less. Plus, Pretty litter is safer for your cat and for the whole household. Many conventional litters contain irritants that can aggravate allergies and asthma, but Pretty litter's super light crystal base minimizes mess and dust. Less dust, no fuss. And Pretty Litter arrives safely at my door in a small, lightweight bag. Shipping is free, and I never have to worry about storing bulky litter containers. No more lugging heavy bags on the train, through Midtown, under the bridge, pay the toll, Tina Burner. You know, it's just all that is cut out, and I love it. But here's why Pretty Litter is my all-time favorite. It changes colors to help detect early signs of potential illnesses, including urinary tract infections and kidney issues. Because y'all know, cats will pretend like ain't nothing wrong until it's too wrong. You know what I mean? And we can have that. Your cat deserves the best. Your cat deserves the world's smartest kitty litter. Do what I did and make the switch to Pretty Litter today by visiting prettylitter.com and use promo code RIVALRY for 20% off your first order. That's prettylitter.com, promo code RIVALRY for 20% off. prettylitter.com, promo code what? Rivalry. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, white culture, which is an interesting phrase in and of itself. The term white culture sounds aggressive, and I don't want anything to do with it. Like white. And also, I don't think there's not white culture because there's Jewish culture, there's Irish culture, but like to encompass whiteness and say this is white culture doesn't. I don't even understand what that means. That doesn't make sense to me. What is white culture?
This is why I feel that white Americans get so angry, because when we say that you can't say this, you can't do this thing, and it's like, well, black people did it. Well, black people, we're a different story, baby. We were rich from where we were and brought hair, so we had to make a culture as black people. But white people never had to do that. So I think that's why. I think that is the crux of why white Americans be so angry. I really do.
Let me tell white folks this. When we say you can't say this or you can't do this, that is it's not a rule, but it is a suggestion you should listen to. Let me tell you right now, when we tell you can't say the N-word, bitch, we are helping you. Yeah, you can say it if the fuck you want to. Phil, you know what? Say it. Say it, bitch. Disregard the advice and go ahead and say it. Go into work. You know how you know you shouldn't be saying it? Because
Jacob, say it. Jacob, say it right now, Jacob. No, I'm kidding.
I'll put it to you this way. If I sent a video of you saying it to your boss and you could get fired, then maybe you shouldn't say it. Maybe you're not really proud to say it. You see what I'm saying? So whenever we tell you, of course, you are perfectly free to say whatever the fuck you want to say, but we are giving you some really good advice that we think you should heed, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And Bob gave me this little tool, and it has literally helped me out many times. If you are around, this is for black people or white people, if you are around a white person saying it, just pull your phone out and record them. A, it will stop immediately. B, if they don't stop, post it. And whatever, let the chips fall where they may.
Like, my whole thing is like, if someone does something transgressive in a bad way, and then ask you not to tell anyone they said it, that is a red flag. That is a huge, huge red flag. Like, there is that person is asking you to be aggressed, and they're asking you to not do anything about it. They want you to just sit there and take it. That is a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, going back a little bit, this past summer, in summer 2020, we saw with the really, really, really huge uprising of the Black Lives Matter movement, so many companies were committed to diversity and more inclusion. And again, Bob and I don't work for corporate America. We don't work in everyday jobs. We are our own bosses, our own employees. So we choose to have our spaces as diverse as we can. But for people who work in bigger corporations or whatever, I'm really interested to see if you guys can comment this below as well. Have you seen more diversity at work or at your whatever it is you're doing that was a predominantly white space before? Do you see more diversity after June, or was it a lot of lip service? Because I feel like we talked about wokeness and virtue signaling. I think a lot of people just did it to say it, but did they actually? Now we're almost a year later. Have these places actually taken the steps to make their spaces more diverse and inclusory? Inclusory? I don't fucking know.
Inclusive, Monet. The word is inclusive. Oh, New York public school. Oh, New York public school system.
But we know what? But we look nice. We look nice when we went to school.
Look nice and sound dumb. PS 115 is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
PS 198. Thank you very much.
Morrow Middle School. What's good?
Yeah, why does New York use the numbers? I don't
Because you have
know
so
why
many schools, but also I found out the schools with numbers also have names. I didn't know that. They have numbers. Some of them have numbers. Some of them have numbers and names, but people don't know about the names. So, for example, I found out like when I moved to New York City, I found out that Avenue 6 was Avenue of America. People just call it Avenue 6. A lot of these schools that have numbers also have names, and people don't even know the names of the schools they go to. They just call them public school, and maybe there's a chance they call them that because there are just so many schools they can't name them. Like, we ain't naming these motherfuckers. What's your school? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6.
Mine is PS. Oh my God, can I read this? There's some facts about my school, PS 198. There is no. What is Jacob showing us? What is this?
The names of the schools.
Oh wow!
All these schools have names.
Oh my God! I want to read some. Okay, the PS1, my elementary school. They are 4 out of 10.
Does your school have a name? Does it have a name?
No, there's no name. It's just 198. No name.
Got it. Because there's a lot of them have names. A few of them don't, but most of them have names. But I bet no one which is so weird to me that no one uses the names of these schools. That's so weird to me.
So here's some facts about my elementary school. We are 4 out of 10 in academics. We are 3 out of 10 in test scores. That is terrible. We have a 32%.
That's not bad. You're in the top 30 percentile.
No, it's not top. It's not doing like that. It's like saying out of 10, we rank 3.
Oh,
like
you mean
10,
if the score is 10, you made a 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like top 3.
No, bitch. We are 32% in math proficiency and 31% out of 100% in English. The average is 46 for English and the average is 50 for math. Girl, PS198 is really fucking kids up over there.
I don't even want to read any statistics about Morrow High School. Like the shit that first of all, a year after I graduated, my school lost its accreditation.
Gag, not lost it.
In my time at the school, 2 or 3 teachers were fired for abuse of children. One woman beat a girl up because she fucked her man. Another teacher was fired for fucking. Yep. Another teacher was fired for fucking a student.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am. I will say, if you go to the school and look up notable alumni, I am listed.
Same. You're not the only one, bitch.
And also, so was a Michael Graves, who was a rapper known as Michael Montana, who used to live in my neighborhood. Michael Montana was this little kid who, like, he was not little. He was actually very tall for someone so young. He was probably like 2 years younger than me. I think he must be like 6'6" now. He's really, really tall.
I'm about to say, says the bitch that was 6'2" in 7th grade.
Yeah, but Michael Graves was even taller. Anyway, years later, I found out that he was like a rapper, like a SoundCloud rapper named Michael Montana, and he was like and we literally like grew up together. Now he's like I don't know if he's still popping. To be honest, I never listened to his music, but if y'all want to check him out, it's MYKKO Montana, Michael Montana. So maybe he's still making music. He was friends with Waka Flocka Flame, who was also from Clayton County.
Bitch, can I tell you? Not oh my God, Dewan, one of my best friends is black. Dewan sent me this link, bitch, from my college, from Westminster. This guy who was the I forget what we call them now. I've been out of the fraternity for so long, but he was like the top person in our fraternity in our chapter, Rho Kappa. His name is Ricardo Valle. Bitch, he got arrested this year for sleeping with students.
Oh, you told me about this. You told me about this.
It's so crazy seeing, like, because Ricky, everyone loved Ricky. Ricky was
you better
so
put Ricky's
like
entire name out in the world. You better spill the full fantasy.
It's public knowledge, but it was just
now
so
it
egregious
is.
and it was so egregious and so gross. And I cannot imagine. This is why I'm so afraid to have kids. Like, I don't know what I would do if my daughter or my son, I found out that one of their teachers was having sex with them and making them perform sexual. Like, bitch, I would go to jail. I would fucking kill somebody.
Well, the even crazier thing is some people's kids end up becoming the offenders.
Right, because it happened to them. So
that guy is someone's child, and something in his life or his psyche or whatever it is. I'm not a psychologist, so I don't know what goes on in the psyche of a pedophile, of a pedophile. But like, how do you know you didn't raise that person?
Yeah, that's so tricky. That's so tricky.
And everyone's like, my son won't never do that. Bitch, that's not up to you. That's not up to you. That ain't none of your fucking...
And maybe his mom probably said the same thing. My son would never. Bitch, cut to 20 years, 25 years, whatever it is. Look at him. Now he is, bitch. And he did it in California, and then he left the school in 2016 and to go to like doctorate school in Texas. And bitch, just this year or last year, whatever, 2020, bitch, they found his ass in Texas. Now he is under the jail. And I'm like, serves his ass the fuck right.
I mean, I have a strong feeling Jeffrey Dahmer's parents didn't think they were raising a cannibal. You know what I mean? Don't do it, Monet. Don't do that. Don't do it. I know what you're thinking.
I'm saying,
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Monet. Don't do it. Monet, don't do it.
Like
Monet, leave it alone. Monet, leave it alone. Y'all watching at home, if you're watching out, you can see what Monet's doing. If you're listening, Monet, do not, you know what? Do whatever you want to everybody to make you feel good about yourself. But call your friend She Devil. That's a slippery slope. That's a slippery slope.
Oh my God. You are... Oh my God, this is too much. See, oh my God, Bob. Okay, would you gag if I just
not Jacob holding his mouth open?
Would you come back if we did a podcast one day? I fully have a whole bandage nose moment, and like I get my shit done. Would you gag?
I want to tell you right now, I support people, and I want to be clear about what I'm saying because it sounds like I'm not an advocate for people having plastic surgery. I am a huge advocate for doing whatever to your body that you want to. I just know that from experience with friends and from documentaries and stuff that sometimes rhinoplasties can just turn left real hard, real fast.
No, yeah. Why is rhinoplasty so hairy?
And apparently fixing a rhinoplasty is even harder than getting the first one, apparently. Because there's less to work with or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like that shit can go wild.
I've had friends that have had oh my God, do that again. Let me see.
That's not cute. That's not cute.
See, I don't want to end up with the pig nose. That's what I don't want either. I want like a little, like, see this little groove here, like right. I want this to come in a little bit.
Monet, I'm just gonna say one more time. Do what you want to do with your body, and I support you. I think that your face looks really beautiful the way it is right now. I think that you look really handsome out of drag, really beautiful in drag. And I think that your nose is a big contributing factor to all those things. However, if you would like to get something done to your nose to make you feel more comfortable in your skin, I will support you. I will be there. I will travel. And I will hang out with you while you heal.
But Jacob just sent us a little message that we can rap, but I think there was some weird thing. Record advertisement for kitty cat wigs. Is Jacob trying to start a fucking kitty cat wig line? What's the tease?
I don't know. Jacob, can you? Jacob doesn't want to talk about whatever it is.
Not Jacob starting kitty cat wigs. Okay.
So yes, me and Jacob are having Jacob has come up with his own line of kitty cat wigs. So please go check out Jacob's Kitty Cat Wigs. Go to jacobskittycatwigs.com. And you can, if you would like to purchase one of Jacob's Kitty Cat Wigs, it really help us a lot. We're trying to buy a home, and Jacob's really into selling. Not the rave. It's the rave for me. Did you turn your camera off for a second?
No.
Don't turn your camera off, because if you do that guy is going to come back in our Patreon and fucking read us the filth, girl.
Oh, girl, I can't. That really got me.
Should we confront him? Should we confront him?
No, we don't need to confront anyone, Bob.
Wow.
Like, I don't know how to get back to normal. I
have another really exciting message from a Patreon if you want to confront that one.
What is it? Pull it up. All right, yeah, we are in the final stretch, Miss Thing. Do you have it, Jacob? Pull it up.
God. God.
I wanna quickly say that I am very grateful for our Patreon family. Have you seen the Sibling Rivalry bingo?
Yes, I did. That shit is so funny. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and it says it basically says my favorite one is take a stamp whenever Monet talks about Colleen.
Okay, are you gonna read it or should I read it?
Wait, so who is?
I put it into the chat.
Oh, this is long. Here we go. Hey guys, I'm a fan of both of you and have been part of the Patreon family for a while now. However, I think it is important for me to express some of my opinions on the level of cultural appropriation that exists from Black Westerners toward African or Caribbean culture. None of you identify as being African. Well, that's not true. Nor live or have lived in Africa. So how you believe somehow you are welcome to participate in the culture and where I find baffling. You both so eloquently discuss race and your lives black experience, which is beautiful and really rare to see from people with your platforms. However, you seem to gloss over the fact that you both have delivered performative cultural appropriation of African wear with no understanding of what you were wearing, as Monet expressed, not knowing whether she was wearing wax print or kente cloth. Bob numerous times declaring not knowing his roots or where he came from, and yet you are both judging Utica for being sensitive and respectful towards possibly appropriating Black Afro hairstyles, whilst you both bathe in your Black Western privileges and appropriate African culture with no care or true understanding of what you are participating in. You guys normally do such a great job on such topics, but listening to you guys going on about Utica these last few weeks have just baffled me. African or Caribbean doesn't just belong to Black people because you share the same skin tone. There are truly lived cultural identifiers that belong to those who lived in it and have lived in it. You don't see them wearing kente cloth in the Caribbean just because they're a Black racially dominated country. It's something that belongs specifically to African countries.
I have so many thoughts.
I would like to say it. I mean, we have so much time. Maybe we'll do either an exclusive or we'll talk about it another time. However, the power of coming for a skinny white twink and who it will upset. This is all transpired because we were like, wow, this Utica situation really is interesting. Girl, I don't even know. Is this person, do you know if is this person African? They are African. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll chat with them.
Maybe we should chat with them. But I
don't know they're African. They're definitely Black. I don't know if they're African.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, I do identify as Caribbean. I lived there for 10 years of my life. And you saying that Caribbean people do not wear, what did he say at the end? Caribbean
kente cloth.
They do not. They not necessarily wear kente cloth, but Caribbean people definitely wear African prints and wax African fabrics. Like that is literally just not true. You literally just, bitch, where the fuck is you from?
Well, also, I mean, kente cloth isn't from every part of Africa. There's a whole lot going on in here. There's a lot to discuss here. We're at the very top of the hour, and we quite frankly don't have time to go all the way into all the things with this. But I will say this, your opinion is not invalid. It doesn't make it correct. Yeah. It doesn't make it a fact, but it is certainly your opinion. And I also have stated several times on this podcast that I do identify as African. I'm intrigued by the fact that people in America can be 8th generation Italians living in New Jersey and still call themselves Italian, yet somehow people who were ripped from their country against their will, not given the option to go back, can't identify as African. That is inherently problematic. And if you are engaging in behavior that says that Black Americans cannot call themselves Africans, then that in and of itself is incredibly problematic, and it is playing into the colonization of Black people in America.
Also, after Bob and I did that podcast about that, we had an overwhelming response from African people, whether via be Twitter, our own patrons, on our other social media, saying, yes, please, this fake news, a storyline that Africans do not accept African Americans is not true. We love you all, please. Yeah. So I don't know where. I don't know where you're from, where you live, but please, you inform yourself.
Well, that being said, we know that Africans are not a monolith. We know that Africans don't all think the same. And Monet and I know now there are lots of places in African culture and in Africa where we are accepted. We just know we can't go to your house. A Utica will be there. Apparently, Utica will be at your house. But we're not welcome. Anyway, on that note, thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.
Girl, goodbye.